At some point I started laughing because he's like, maybe 11 just feels like she loves you and can't tell you.
It's like, why doesn't it get it? I'm trying to tell him. It's all about me, not 11.
The gay trails of breadcrumbs became like giant mountains of breadcrumbs, and still
He's just
Michael's
throwing
like,
bread
right,
at this
I do
point.
love Elle. Yeah.
Chrissy, wake up! I don't like this! Chrissy, wake up! Hey, hello? Time to wake up, time to wake up.
Yep.
Welcome back to the metaverse. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Independence Day. I'm Dave.
I'm Dan. And we're back, man. We got through it. Stranger Things is a wrap for season 4, part 2. Epic, man. Epic.
Cut that. It's over.
I was excited. I was excited. It was definitely not a letdown either, man. I feel like they really came through. I mean,
definitely.
Overall, we'll get into it. I mean, I think they kind of played it a little safe, but I think they really kept it true. Like they came through for us fans, man. It was not a Game of Thrones. They didn't ruin our time. We had a good holiday.
I mean, like, the first couple episodes weren't like just filler, and then the last two, like, a last-minute battle scene. Like, it was all action all the time. So, like,
yeah, man.
Definitely.
And if a show like, like the second to last episode's an hour and a half, hour and 45, and the last one's 2.5. You watch an hour and a half, and by the time that first episode ends, you're just like, all right, let's go. Like, no question,
Yeah.
like, no break. Like, yo, I'm hyped. Let's go. They're playing Journey, Worlds Apart. They're all gearing up. Everyone's hyped. Oh man, bro, it was epic, man. I was so stoked. I mean, so I guess we go over key points of the first part. Everyone was just gearing up for battle, right? That's basically like all
I
parts.
guess for the most part, like, it was just they knew what was happening. Elle was ready. She finally found out like her past. She was strong, but Papa's like, you're not strong enough. I'm gonna keep you here for some more tests. And then
Papa flips on
and
Owens.
defeat this.
But
man, those military guys, they don't play, man. Came out of nowhere, just shooting up the place. Like, I'm surprised nobody had a grenade.
Wait.
What?
Spoilers. This is obviously, it's gonna say in the title.
I mean,
but
if you don't know by now, like,
Yeah.
you don't know now, you know. Like, everybody who watches this should know. But yeah, so like the military dude, like, did nobody have a grenade? Like, they came in through one door, and they came in like a straight line. It was just like, yo, just throw in the grenade, and like everybody has bad aim for some reason too. Like, bro, like,
bunch of stormtroopers.
that's wild. Like, I would have got headshots like all day by now. Like,
this little girl, this old man.
and you got the general just walking behind everybody, like, just perfectly fine.
It's like, these teenagers came to an army facility. They outsmarted the other army, like, coming after this guy, like Dr. Owens, everybody, and they managed to get him away. I mean,
that plot armor, man.
That plot armor is so serious. We got to talk about Will, and we got to talk about Mike.
Of course, yeah, I knew it was
My
coming.
man. They couldn't.
Man.
The writers couldn't just give him the satisfaction of being like, "I love you, Mike."
I love
like,
you.
This boy, every 5 seconds he just turns around. I can't take it.
His brother's like, I know. I see you. I've been seeing you for this whole time.
His brother's like, "Yo, bro, I don't know how nobody else knows what's going on, but I feel you." At some point I started laughing because he's like, maybe 11 just feels like she loves you and can't tell you.
It's like, why doesn't it get it? I'm trying to tell him. It's all about me, not 11.
The gay trails of breadcrumbs became like giant mountains of breadcrumbs, and still
He's
Michael's
just throwing
like,
bread
right,
at this
I do
point.
love Elle. Yeah. He's feeding the ducks in the pods.
It's no longer breadcrumbs. He's just throwing bread, and Mike's just like, I don't get it. Why is he crying? Like, does he think Elle loves me that much? Like,
I'm the heart, bet.
I am the heart.
Oh man, I couldn't stop laughing, bro. Like, I couldn't stop. The memes, the gifs. Oh my god, bro.
It's so obvious now. Like,
yeah, I mean, they didn't dance around it, but like at first they're like, oh, he's just trying to find himself. Nah, he found himself. He knows where he wants to be. Yeah. I'm like, we're here for it, but yo, just give him the satisfaction of coming out. I'm gay. Nope, couldn't even do that.
Nah.
What are you gonna do?
Oh well.
But Yeah, so all three storylines get geared up the first episode. Like L, the Mike, 11, they all finally get together. They have their moment. You know, Papa gets off. Papa, we called that. That's one. That's
Yeah,
one
we
we
call
called.
that. You got
Was that the first episode or
murder.
second episode? Papa got off. That was the first episode, right?
Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
first one, I think.
Yep, up in Russia. You know, Hopper and then they break out the prison, only to realize that they gotta break
They
back
gotta
into
go
prison.
back into prison. The only way to get out is to get back in.
Because they make a phone call to the American their Connect, Dr. Owens Connect, and they realize the kids are in trouble and they're all fighting, and they're like, well, we know there's demigorgons, demi-dogs, and some kind of dust matter in the prison, like we gotta go back there and try to help them out. Hive mind.
Wait, I don't
So-
get it. Like, so what was the point of I may have missed this, like they went back in to kill like the rest of them as like a way to help.
It was a stretch. Like they know it's hive mind, so they're like, if we can kill these animals or see what that dust is, like we can help the kids because they knew the kids were fighting.
Okay, I guess like the dust might have like weakened.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so it's pretty good theory, but like all in all,
Yeah.
like
Kind of a stretch, but then again, kids saving the world is kind of a stretch. So we're already here. Like we're on Stretch Street, and then the main crew, you know, Lucas, Max, Dustin, Eddie, Nancy, and Steve. Whew. I remember all these names. They're gearing up too, and they got their plan. They're gonna go
Robin.
into the Upside Down, trick Vecna, make him go after Max, sneak into his house and try to kill him while he's, you know, astral projecting, and he's like laid up.
The other
Kinda.
guys, Mike and Will and them, they finally caught up to 11, and they're together, and they gotta figure out to form a tank, sensory deprivation tank, just so she could like jump into the
Yeah, like
minds of
11
everybody.
realizes she's able to go over there. She knows that they're trying to fight Vecna, so they're like, she's like, we got to get to them, but they're like, how do we get to Hawkins? And I think that's how that one episode ends. They kind
How
of get
do I
there.
reach these kids?
They gotta reach my kids in Hawkins. He said, hey, you're not ready. You're just kids. So they're trying to figure out how to get to Hawkins, and then the episode ends where they're gearing up for their battle with Vecna. They go to the gun shop. They're loading up, and then the jock's
Jason's
there.
like,
Jason.
Hey, Nancy, what do you need this gun for? What do you know?
And meanwhile, Jason's eyes are like tweaking.
That dude
Homeboy
is crazy,
oh my God. man. He is off
He
the
hasn't-
yak. He
hasn't
oh my
slept in
God.
days. He's just
He's-
straight off Red Bull.
He's up all night listening to sad music and smoking Black and Milds. He's getting the worst way, bro.
Yeah, man.
And then like, dude, like you can't help. Like once that episode ends, you're so hyped. They leave you like right on the edge, like it's all about to go down. Like you got to jump in the episode too.
Yeah, and episode 2 is just like where everything takes off.
Oh my God.
You got everybody like the guys go to the Upside Down. You got the
Yep.
distraction team, the strike force, and then you got Lucas and them like in the real world. They're setting up Max to go see Vecna. And
Yeah,
then,
she's gonna be the bait. She's because she knows she's a target. She's like, come after me, and when he comes after me, make the move.
Well, they figure out like Max is like the fourth chime on the clock. Like she's the last person who has to die to become the portal, because at the end of when we start like the part 2, should have mentioned this, Nancy figures out like from talking to Vecna that you know someone has to die, and
Yep.
11 is gonna witness all her friends die and the world end. But pretty much, yeah, like Max is it. Max is the key.
She's the fourth victim, the fourth portal, and Vecna can come over and take over. Just Hawkins. I guess he's not ambitious enough for the world.
Yeah, I
He's
mean,
just
forget
like,
the rest
nah,
of the
just
world.
Indiana's
like,
cool.
Hawkins, like
Eh.
these people, so annoying.
These
like-
kids. He
It's
cannot
the kids.
stand these kids.
It's the damn Scooby Doo episode, and he's just like, I can't take it with these kids anymore.
So they initiate the plan. Meanwhile, 11 of them, they go to a pizza joint and make a deprivation tank. And the whole episode's called Piggyback. She's basically
Yeah.
like, all right, I'm gonna get in Max's brain and try to jump.
Say what I told you to say. Hurry up! I'm piggybacking off you.
They're gonna mind jump Vecna. Like she's gonna creep in the background. She's Max, don't you know? Maybe this guy's still here.
He said what I needed him
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah, she's gonna jump. She's gonna jump Vecna from Max's brain, and meanwhile, homeboys in Russia, they're just what were they doing? They were just tearing shit
Oh,
up. Right?
they're
Fighting
setting up
Demodogs.
the demodogs. Yeah, Hopper.
Oh yeah,
like,
they got
is
flamethrowers.
like,
They're trying to lure them out. They all got a plan.
yeah, pretty much like we could go over Russia because Russia is just like it's not that important to everything else because it doesn't really affect much. Like they had a good plan, but it didn't do anything. So they went back, like Hopper and them. They tried to like kill everything, but they realized the Demodogs and Demogorgons all got free, and the Shadow got free. Yeah, so pretty much they're just like, all right, since they're hive mind, I'll trick this Demodog since it's like the smallest come after me, and then pretty much we'll just flamethrower them in the courtyard or something.
Yeah.
That doesn't work out as planned. He gets caught because he's not fast enough for some reason. He had like a 10-second head start too. Like, bro, how did you not get away?
Bro, is this?
He almost
They shouldn't let the
dies.
guy who's got a broken ankle be the runner. I mean, that's
I know,
part
right?
one. But you know, what do I know?
Yeah, but I mean, like everybody else would have got caught though. Like he
Yeah,
had
that's
to do
true.
it. But yeah, pretty much Joyce has to save him, and then they get to the courtyard, and then what's his name? Murray.
Not Yuri, Murray.
Murray lights them all up. You got Enzo and Yuri they're just going back and forth, trying to convince each other, fix a helicopter so we could like get back and help these guys out because
Save the world.
it's Russia that's suffering right now and
Maza
you're not
Russia.
helping out. So Enzo convinces Yuri, and yeah, they head back just in time to see Hopper decapitate the Demogorgon.
Hopper
And
knew,
then-
man. If he didn't kill a
Yeah.
Demogorgon, he wasn't getting booty. And it's
That's
been too
facts.
long. Yeah.
Oh, the sexual tension. Oh my gosh.
They're
The
both
whole
looking at their
time, like
pasty-
he saw Joyce.
their pasty white asses.
It was just
Look at that, some
all
milk.
there. Like, oh man.
So yeah, so
He was like,
they
I've been-
they bang out their shit, but yeah, it's like it's worse than Mike and Will.
that's facts. Because you could see it, and he's just like, oh, what about dessert? It's like, yeah, I'm gonna get dessert too. But I really want to.
I mean, that pancake booty. I want pancakes for dessert.
Flapjacks.
so that kind of takes care of. Meanwhile, 11, like all the guys are at the pizza shop. They got one in there. They set up a sensory deprivation tank. 11's fighting inside of Max's mind, and their plan's going off. Max lets herself get captured, and like she kind of figures out a way. Like she focuses so hard, and she creates like she does like Inception in her own brain. She makes like a happy memory. She goes to like a dance, and
It's
Vecna
like
can't
what
get her.
you said. Like you had that theory where like it's not the music that's really affecting it; it's the good memories that are
Yeah,
associated with the music. And I feel like that's what really saved her. Like she
Yeah.
actually had enough focus to think about like happy thoughts, and it saved her for a time. But
yeah. She tapped into a
Vecna
happy thought. And
always
she was
catches
stuck in
up.
that happy thought. But yeah, this is where shit
But
starts to go
stupid
really
ass
wrong.
Jason comes out of nowhere like a
Oh my god.
oh man, dude, that dude pissed me off. I'm so happy
Well,
he got off.
we got to talk about the epic scene, like the most probably I think the scene everyone's talking about in this last episode.
Oh, Luke is beating up Jason.
No one's talking
That's
about
what I look forward to. Oh.
that. I mean, he. Okay. Anyway, yep. We gotta talk about Eddie and his epic, Metallica. Him and Dustin's. I guess now we can talk about it. We were right because Eddie, I think he was our second pick or second most. No, I think he was our number one most likely to die. He gets off. Death by Demi-Bat.
Yeah, sucks. It's so sad.
He had an epic scene though. I think he's got like
Good
one of
night,
the most memorable
sweet
scenes.
prince.
I couldn't stand him at first, but he's like Stranger Things has this thing about making you hate a character, fall in love with them after, and then kill him.
Except for Jason, I always hated him. There was
Yeah,
no
he got what he
redemption for
deserved.
that guy. He was
He
just
got Anakin. He
just
got
a-
Anakin Skywalker,
Yeah, that's a fact.
except he didn't live.
And he had no potential.
Oh man, So yeah, so all their plans literally go sideways because Vecna's like, "You dumb bitch, I can read your mind. What do you think? I don't know what you guys are planning? Like what? Like he literally
I
like,
know what you're doing here. I see.
are you dumb? I see everything. What's wrong with you? Like what do you? So, and then you're like, yeah. I mean, why didn't they think that? But you know, they're kids. You know, they can save the world, but they're gonna have some.
Well, I mean, like I guess they didn't think that Vecna. No, they found out. Did they find out Vecna was the mind flayer?
I think he showed up Nancy that in the vision. No, he monologues after till 11.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, they couldn't have known that pretty much he's controlling everything. But yeah. You called that, by the way. This guy with the theories going off, man. Papa died, Jason died, Eddie died. Vecna's really the mind flayer. We going off, man.
Yeah, he so yeah, when shit's going completely sideways, everyone's getting it. Elle broke into the memory, starts fighting her, he comes out, but he's like, nah, I was ready for you. Throws her against the wall, she's getting stronger. Messed up. Pop, pop, pop. He starts monologuing, he's like, I am the big bad. Like she's like, Papa's dead. I killed him. He's like, I don't care about Papa. I hate you.
This is all your fault. You turned me into an incel.
It was, you know, I gotta say, dude, like the whole Vecna costume, like his whole body, that shit was so dope.
Amazing, man.
Like I love that kind of costume work where it's not completely CGI.
If you look at like his back or whatever, you could see it moving actually, like resonating or something. Like that costume, they did work on it.
As a fan, like that's something I definitely like appreciate seeing, like the little attention to detail. Like I was like, I love that, and the fact that he was it was cool that like when he's walking around the Upside Down, when he first gets there, and like he's monologuing at 11, how like he's not Vecna, he's like just burnt up. What's his name? I forget his name. Henry. He's just burnt up Henry, but then he sees the dust in the air, and he's like, oh man, I'm about to make this mine, and he basically controls it. He becomes the Upside Down mind flayer. Like that's him. He's the big bad.
Yeah, the shadow kind of the big reveal. Just I guess it's just a hive mind. Like that's what the shadow really was, because it goes inside everything. Yeah. So there you have it. We called that, like you said, Vecna is the big bad, but Dustin didn't. So die. Anyways, 11 gets her ass handed to her. She underestimated him and didn't listen to Papa when Papa said, "You're not strong enough." Like Papa knows best, all right? If there's anything you learn from this, it's Papa knows best, kids. Papa. Well, yeah, she loses, and because of that loss, Maxine ends up dying, unfortunately. Just for a minute.
Because our hero Will.
You're the heart.
You're the heart. You must tell her how you feel. Oh no.
Don't cry. Do not cry. I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, but Will tells Mike, he's like, you gotta give her that speech. And you know, Mike gets up in her ears, like, hey, little mama, how you whisper? I love you. Yeah, basically, you know, what does he say? I forget.
I don't know. He was just like fight. Pretty much like when she finally like realized like, yo, I gotta do this. She broke free. He was like, fight. Bug
I love you, fight.
And she pretty much beat up Vecna. And then
I mean, she turns it around in like all three story arcs. Well, two at this point. Russia, like everything kind of flips. Everyone starts getting the upper hand, and like in a tribute to Freddy Krueger and Mike Myers, Vecna gets fucked up.
Yeah, he gets beat up pretty bad. Well, he got burnt alive. So like he dies in his mind, or in Max's mind, and then Max dies for a minute, and you'll find out she comes back to life. But afterwards, like you got Steve, Robin, and Nancy. They come out of nowhere. They got some Molotov cocktails. So they want to have a barbecue. You know, it's 4th of July. Let's light this dude up. light him up, and then Nancy's like, "Here's a shotgun. Here's some bullets to your face." Boom.
But she didn't shoot the head.
Yeah,
I'm
she
gonna
didn't
have
go
a
for the
feeling
head.
that she should have went for the head.
She should have went for the head. She clearly didn't see Avengers.
Nah. Like he
Wrong
gets burnt up
timeline.
like in Freddy Krueger, like runs around and he gets shot out the upper window, and when they go down there,
He's
he's gone. Bye bye. I don't know. They pretty much no. They say like after everyone reconvenes, like this, like they know Vecna's alive.
Well, at first they think he's dead, but because of Will, we know he's still alive because Will has that connection. And yeah, pretty much the final cutscene that happens is, you know, Will's like, "My neck," and they look up and it's just like ash raining down from the skies from the center of the portal.
Yeah, we missed the part. Like, could be like he said, Max dies, and that opens a portal, and like Hawkins starts like opening up to the upside down.
Yeah,
But 11's like,
what is
time
it
out.
again? Let me bring you back to life again, or
And
get
just
you out this coma.
nonchalantly revives her ass. Like he goes up like population 1, like literally brings her right back. Like what? Like I don't know, man. I don't know if that's like just to show that her powers are truly limitless. Like,
Well, I think like her powers are meant for life or giving life, and then his powers are meant for taking it away. That's what he uses it for. So
that makes sense.
they're the opposite of each other. But
Yeah, so, I mean,
yeah, I mean, pretty much like they're screwed as far as I know.
yeah,
There's a huge portal like that takes over pretty much the whole town. I don't get why people are still there. Like everybody should have been left. Where's the military? Where's the sergeant who was like chasing down 11? It's been 2 days. These guys came from California and made it there before like military who has
True.
like unlimited resources. That makes no sense.
yeah, they're still stuck in that base. Like, how do we get in here? Like,
What the hell happened? Like, how
where
did we
was that
lose?
door?
But yeah, they don't have any
Yeah.
cars because like 11 blew them up. So I mean,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
stuck, I guess. No phones either.
It's the 80s, no cell phones. Not even military. But yeah, I mean, like they all reconvene in Hawkins. They all kind of tied up. Lucas is reading. You know, he's simping over Vegetable Max. She's a vegetable.
Got me sipping on a max.
So he's reading their books. He's like all taught up. Like they don't know that. They really like nobody in the whole group knows everyone's story. I'm sure next season like everyone will know. They're kind of
Yeah,
like,
hopefully.
oh, you won't believe what happened. And they're like, yeah, well, I do know what happened. Don't worry about it though. I'm just happy you're happy. I'm
Yeah, I
happy
hope
you're
it's
alive.
not like one of those series where like they don't tell each other everything that's happening. Like I hate shows like that where it's just
Yeah.
like people are left out and it's like pertinent information that like everybody should know, and then they end up like falling into a trap because of it. Be disappointed.
Probably what's gonna happen. But nobody knows that 11 brought back Max except
Max.
like except the
Except
crew from
11.
the pizza shop.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
them
'cause
and
Mike was-
Max.
Mike was
It's,
staring at her like, yeah, if she comes, you know, I imagine she's gonna come back even though she's got no arms, legs, or brain function. Sorry,
Well, I mean, her arms can be healed. It's her mind.
her eyes are done too.
Yeah, she.
Yo,
can't
Max
see.
got done dirty. I actually
Yeah,
felt
Stevie
bad for her.
wondered. Is that too insensitive?
That was. It was fine until you made the gestures. So yeah, I mean, brother, they did a good job, man. Like I feel like they kind of played it safe, but I feel like they did justice.
But I mean, all in all, they finished it well, and it lived up to the hype of this season, I think. So I'll definitely bump it up to a 9.5.
I was gonna
I
say,
know
so
that's
your
what you're
final
gonna
rating?
ask. 9.5.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think a 9.5 is really good. I think it's like you can't ask more from a show to keep getting better, improve. Every episode's good. Like the 4th season was better than all the other seasons. Like the fact that they made the bad guy like a human, like someone like human-esque, I think that like saved them because like the monsters are getting stale.
And even like his backstory was interesting. Like usually
Mhm.
like the backstory of like a villain is just like nobody cares, but like they actually like took their time to make him mysterious enough where you wondered, and when they revealed it in like pieces, so that way, you know, you would want more, and then once you found out, it was just like, oh my gosh, like
Ah,
It's amazing. And I
I
still
like
feel
how
like there might be more that we don't know.
I'm sure. And I like how they like all three storylines, like when when shit turned, it turned for everybody. Like when shit was bad, like it was cool. It kind of like it was cool. I like how they did it. They did a good job. And I
Oh,
mean,
man.
I'm ready for the next
Eddie,
season.
though.
Too bad we gotta wait.
Eddie.
Chrissy, wake up!
Good night, sweet prince.
You
Why
won
they
me
have to
over.
kill him?
I mean, we knew though. The first episode, he looks at Dustin. It's like, hey, don't ever change, kid. No
Yeah,
matter
but
what.
it's just like, oh, man, he was such a fun character. Like once you actually got to know him, like he was pretty cool.
Yeah. I think I think too we should talk about like before we move on from 4 and going to 5 is like there's two main themes. Like there's a lot of like darkness and like portals and like demonology, but I think like if you look at it from an outside perspective, the theme is like love and joy rules over everything. Love,
Sure.
like, which is
Yeah, I guess because when Vecna
is.
takes over your mind, that's the only thing that can stop him from actually killing
everything
you.
is love. So I think that's still even though it's not biblical on the front page of it all, it's all still very biblical. Like love is the greatest thing ever. So
Love
yeah.
conquers all. You're the heart.
You're the heart, Mike. You're my heart. All right, so way too early season 5 theories. You got one or two? What do you got?
All right. I mean, like, I think this goes back to as far as the shadow, because Vecna's body disappeared. He's clearly still alive, but that dude is hurting. I think now he's gonna try to pull out his trump card. That's shadow thing. Oh man, I think he's gonna try to possess the whole town to go against the other people, because he's in the upside down. He can actually get the shadow out of the upside down. Why not just possess the whole town, have them kill the guys who actually know what's going on, 11 in their team basically. Why not just have them kill him off, and then he comes back for 11? He's gonna have to hold her like as tribute. So like, but yeah, I mean, like, as far as right now, I don't know what could happen because the portal's open. Who knows how much can actually the Demogorgons, the Demodogs, the Demobats, like how many of them can actually get out now that you got this whole town just exposed. And then the military still have to show up. They're wrong.
Because it's a hive mind, so they may all be retreating like Vecna, so who knows? Because he's all, like you said, damaged. So they may not, none of them may be coming out to Hawkins, like no Demodogs or nothing.
But I think Will is still the key. I think Will has that connection with him, and he's pretty much going to have to team up with 11 to get rid of Vecna. Because they still haven't explained why Will was taken in the first place and what happened to him that entire time that he was just stuck there, like, because he had a connection, clearly.
Yeah.
So Vecna did something to him, but he just doesn't know what. And he said himself, I still remember his thoughts. I remember how he was thinking. So Will's connection is still there with Vecna.
Facts.
What about you, though?
Okay, you ready for this?
Yes.
I think 11, because she created the portal upside down, it's got to end with her. So it's got to either end with her dying to close it, or like in some kind of like she has to give up her powers permanently, like. So she closes it and the upside down's like sealed forever. I think that's really all I got. Like, and I think she's gonna be working out, the whole time lapse, getting ready for Vecna. She's gonna be doing like a Rocky training montage, running with Apollo Creed on the beach. Yeah.
I was gonna do dips, but I can't.
He can't do dips in real life either.
I can't do dips.
But yeah, like I'm wondering how big the time gap's gonna be. But like you said, I'm really happy they like went back to Will and like showed that he was, because I always was like, Will's got to be the main guy. Like there's something there, so they're definitely alluding to it.
Yeah, I mean the fact that they closed off with him having a connection and admitting it to Mike, and then him feeling it in the back of his neck, I feel like he is going to be a key player in this next season. So hands. I heard that. Somebody got hurt.
Yeah, no. So I think definitely, yes, someone did. We definitely Stranger Things season 4, 9.5, super solid. Like this is Netflix, like one of their cornerstones, like killing it.
One of the best.
Thanks for watching the Metaverse. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you stay up to date on all of our new content.
Also, don't forget to watch this video and all our other videos where we talk about just the market and current events, and it's just our podcast. Check it out.
Hell yeah. Oh, you thirsty? You want a drink?